Well, Europe has become the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic once again. Here in Germany, there were 45,000 new infections on Saturday alone, hovering near the highest daily level since the pandemic began. Chancellor Angela Merkel released a rare video message to the nation urging unvaccinated people to get the jab.
Now the vaccine is here, and all we have to do is grab it. Grab it fast. I beg you, join in and try to convince relatives and friends too. If we stand together, if we think about protecting ourselves and caring for others, we can save our country a lot this winter.
Well, DW reporter Michelle Stockman has been following the story for us, and she's here with me in the studio for more on this. Michelle, it's a serious problem. You cannot trust vaccination certificates when people hand them over. Just how widespread is this problem?
It's a global problem. Law enforcement around the world have noticed that cases of these false vaccine certificates are popping up. If we take it to a really local level, here in Berlin, the Berlin division of the state police is investigating, as of this month, 169 cases of false vaccine certificates. And they're coming to their attention through pharmacists who are looking through the documents that people are handing in to get those digital certificates, noticing irregularities. Also, doctors are saying they're noticing their name is on certificates when they didn't give the jab. And so it's really concerning. Something is happening here that law enforcement really wants to crack down on. And they noticed it's happening for months, ever since the digital certificates started being handed out, and people wanted to have easier access to public venues.
Okay, so you say 169 in a city of more than 3 million, like Berlin. It doesn't seem like a lot, but maybe still those are the ones that were caught. But how easy is it to get this kind of fake vaccination certificate?
It is so easy. Just today, I went on to Telegram, which is a popular messaging app, looking for these advertisements. And all I did was type in vaccination, and up popped two groups. One of them had like 200,000 members, and it said, order away. This, you can get either, the physical copy or even a QR code, and they cost anywhere from 150 to 350 euros.
So easy, cheap, but why? Why are people resorting to this? Why do they think it's worth it?
Germany has not mandated the COVID-19 vaccine, but life is shrinking for people who are unvaccinated. Right now, we have a nationwide 3G rule. That means in certain public venues, you can't go in unless you're vaccinated, recovered, or tested. And certain restaurateurs and event organizers can institute a 2G rule, which means you can't get in unless you're vaccinated or recovered. So if you've decided, for whatever reason, not to get vaccinated and you want to go a place that has a 2G rule, you can't get in there. And so some people, rather than be honest, they want to find a workaround. But the case numbers are going up here. We're seeing here in Berlin, they're looking at expanding the 2G rule. And in Austria tomorrow, they're expected to institute a lockdown of the unvaccinated, which means people can't leave their homes except for essential reasons if they don't have the jab. So it'll be interesting to look in the weeks ahead what happens as case numbers rise.
DW's Michelle Stockman on the story for us. Thanks so much.
Well, one of Germany's neighbours, the Netherlands, is also seeing a surge in coronavirus cases. The government has responded by imposing a partial lockdown. For the next 3 weeks, bars, restaurants and shops will have to close early. Authorities are also calling on people to limit their social contacts. The Netherlands is the first country in Western Europe to take this step, one that has coincided with the start of the holiday season. Well, now to some other developments in the coronavirus pandemic. Austria could approve a lockdown for only people unvaccinated against COVID-19. The government will meet later today to discuss the measure. Russia has reported a new daily record number of coronavirus deaths. Over 1,200 deaths were registered. And Vietnam has welcomed its first international tourists in almost 20 months after it closed its border to contain the coronavirus. 2 charter flights brought more than 400 fully vaccinated visitors from Japan and South Korea.